the desire to write your initials in wet cement.
Ever gone mountain biking?
What do you want to be when you grow up? What's the right tip?
Have you called a plumber to your home lately? How superstitious are you?
How much money would it take to make you spend a night in a cemetery? Would you display this as a trophy? Do you have a pet? Do you have a sweet tooth? Do you believe in the power of a curse?
Have you had your hearing tested lately?
Planning a trip soon? Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
Do you love to go a-wandering beneath a clear blue sky?
Have you noticed what big stars real estate agents have become?
Are you careful with your personal records? Does your computer ever seem to have a mind of its own? Have you ever visited a Chinatown section in a major city?
Have you ever visited a flea market? Have you ever visited a truck stop? Did you ever have a job as a waiter?
Have you noticed how many successful restaurants are theme-based these days?
Hello everyone. We are trying this again. If you were watching previously, Mark, yes, my mic was muted. I am a boomer, and I keep making the same boomer mistakes. Oh God. Okay, so we are restarting. We're going back to the beginning. We only lost like 5-10 minutes. No worries. I'll blame it on still being a little bit sick. Sure, why not? We'll do that. Okay. So, where did we last leave off? Our boy, German-Japanese super lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Reich. Well, he took on a high-profile celebrity actor in, I don't know where this game takes place. Japan? Sure, why not? He took on Mr. Will Powers, who looks like Wolverine. Not Hugh Jackman Wolverine, the real Wolverine. You'll see what I mean in a moment. He's been accused of killing his co-star, Mr. Jack Hammer. I think they might work on a porno. Just saying. He's accused of penetrating Mr. Jack Hammer just a little too hard, if you know what I mean. I think his daddy didn't properly show him how to use that weapon. 4chan has ruined me. Alright, so let's just jump into it. Where are we? Let's go. October 18th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Alright, we're here at the trial. Let's go. Edgeworth, facing you again. Oh, the court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. It was terrible pausing on my part. Detective Gumshoe, he looks so sad. I said this last time, but he looks sad. Detective Gumshoe, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with this guide maps here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This area here is the employee area. That is not what he said. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studio. You know what? I'm paranoid now. I just want to make sure my mic is on. Is everything okay? Mic is on. No one seems to be telling me I'm muted otherwise. Alright. Hold on, we got someone here in the chat. We got Tune for Tunes. Everyone, please, if you're watching this, go and subscribe. If you're watching this video and it's not live, hit the live chat feature, see who was typing, see the chat as it happened while we were live. Go to Tune In for Tunes channel and subscribe. He's awesome. Love the guy. Let's just give him a little. Alright. Here we go. Let's just jump back into it. Oh, scary. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Yeah, it's flashing, I see. Past that are the studios. There's the, like, monkey dude whose head got blown off. It's like a samurai monkey? I wish we found out more about this thing. I'm so curious about it. And here it is, Studio 1. Oh, there it is. Whoa! That's where our body was. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Damn it, I say that... I gotta read before I comment. Now on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer. The defendant, Will Powers. See, he looks like Wolverine, see? The real Wolverine. Comic book Wolverine. Is Will Powers a secret Canadian from Saskatchewan? Who doesn't age? Maybe. Stay tuned to find out. And a young woman, the production assistant. Alright, so if you catched the previous stream that I have now deleted, I don't remember what happens in this episode. I played this a long time ago, do not remember a thing. Which would be fun to watch me fail at it. She's my guess as the murderer. My money's on her. No one suspect her. She just seems too little to fully put a spear through someone's chest. And as you'll see, as you'll see, look at the gaping hole in this guy's chest. All the production staff were in the area. We're in the employee area until noon. There's a little V. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Oh god. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. See? Look at the hole in that chest. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. Now, I wonder if this was actually his body or if it's a suit. Maybe it's a suit, and that's just like plastic, and that's why there's a gaping hole in the plastic. But I like to think that that might really be his chest, that this guy is on a ton of steroids, my guess Dianabol. And that is just a massive puncture wound, which might eliminate the production assistant, but I don't know. My money's on her, because no one would think it was her. Look at that. Look at this. He was not expecting it. Look at that face. Can we just stop and look at this face? This is the face of a guy who's just like, whoa, was not expecting that production assistant. Just saying. The samurai spear was found lodged in the victim's chest. Oh, sorry, the samurai spear lodged... Oh my god, I can't talk. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. Aw, he looks sad. That's the case in brief. You look so sad, Detective Gumshoe. Why is my mouse not working? What the heck is going on? Technical difficulties, everyone. Give me a second. Hey, there we go. Alright. We back? We back. That's the case in brief. Okay, we're just going to abandon the mouse. We're just going to use the keyboard. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? No. No, we're good. We don't need to hear it again. I think I can probably remember that. Good. Good. Ah, so the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Were you not reading the case briefing, Judge? You have one job. Know what you're getting into before you come and sit down. Well, good. Now we entered into the court record. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is... Look at that finger. Don't point that finger at me, Edgeworth. What did the security lady at the guard station see? Ugh. God, that's a face. Understood. Let's call the security lady to the stand. Oh boy. Ah! Will the witness declare her name? Horse lady? Old bag. There you go. She has a horse name. What? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? No, it's not her. Even if she's trying to be sweet, I think we should go, my, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Flap, flap the eye, flap, flap. Flap, flap. Ah, that is the correct answer. Your name, please. Oh, dearie. No need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. I like Edgeworth on this one. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. Whoa, whoa, she's talking too fast. Whoa, hey, what? Whoa. What? Oh my god. I can't. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Thank you, Edgeworth. I do not know what was being said. Objection sustained. Good. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Yeah. Oh god, that face. Alright, here we go. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. Well, I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then till 5 p.m. or 5. Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright. Let's do this. Right. Yes, Your Honor. Oh man, I'm still sick. Alright, witness account. I don't know if I can do her voice. I think it kills me. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there. He was headed to the guard station. Okay, let's go all the way back. Alright, let's press her. I got a feeling... Let me see the evidence. That picture. Okay, I feel like that's what we're going to present. We're going to present that at the end because you can't see, because it's the costume. You can't see it's actually our client. But before I get to that, I'm just going to press on everything. Maybe it might trigger something. And you just want to hear him go, hold it! So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio. Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee card key to get in. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studio when you arrived at the guard station? I can't talk today. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. A run-through? That's what I'm pressing her on? They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basic figure out by noon, and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon. So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there afternoon? Well, I had some errands to run that morning. Oh, do you see how it just flows right into our next statement? What kind of errands? Not important. You're gonna get objected. Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten ejected yet. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know. Oh, look at that. It actually did trigger something. We got a little more information. Observing? Were you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper? I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs, always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Oh, Maya. Unfortunately, the show's canceled. One of the guys is dead. You know that, silly girl. Not a bad idea. It's a terrible idea. Stick to being a ghost talker, lady. Anyways, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I'm not going to keep pressing. There's nothing here. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30, right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there. Okay. Objection. Can I get an objection? Phoenix, let's do this. Objection! My man. Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But we're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. You know, I'm just thinking, wouldn't Neo Old Tokyo just be normal Tokyo? Because it's New Old Tokyo? It's kind of like balanced in the middle? Alright. I love the names in this game. They're great. Ms. Oldbag. Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. Edgeworth. You know, he's actually a pretty good guy. He's honest, at least. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. I gotta change your voice up. Oh my god. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Edgeworth keeps getting surprised. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then. Alright, witness testimony, the man in the photo. I'm just gonna talk, and I can't keep doing the voices for him. I never say anything I don't mean to, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. A Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Huh. So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Ah, that's it. Yeah, you wanna make her squeal. Oh, Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix. What are we gonna do with you, buddy? I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. Press. Whippersnapper. Hey, I haven't said anything yet. I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. You've today always whining about it. Whoa, oh my god. Slow down. Edgeworth, controller. Mr. Wright. Please, for all sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworth has met his match. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. Alright, press her here. Trip and fall? Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. What? Let's just skip over that part, shall we? What? No. No. Why is no one else reacting to that? No. Oh, God, no. Oh, okay. Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. It's I'm doing the judge's voice from. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Okay, tell me about the prop. What did he break? He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. What? A samurai spear? A murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. Hold on, why are they using real sharp weapons in a TV show that could clearly hurt someone? Why aren't they using props? This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? What? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot, okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't you, Your Honor? Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there's one thing that bothers me. Which is? Where is this Steel Samurai costume now? Oh. Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense offers a point. I also wonder if someone else, not caught on camera, could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Oh. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. Witness's account continued. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. So hold on, no one saw the victim go? Why? The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True? Hold it. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything. I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Old windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever seen this animation for Maya. What is this? This is new. Old wingbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Oh, okay, that's it. I guess we gotta press her again? Let's keep pressing her. And after some... Okay, there's the donuts. Press her. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking. Okay. No one else went there. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1 o'clock? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. There's gotta be something. Are you sure? The witnesses answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy? You didn't like that either. Old windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. She has a way of skipping over important details after all. Okay. So we pressed her all we could. We gotta present some kind of evidence or something. Did I just break my pop guard? Yes, I did. Oh man, let's try and get a little maintenance work done right now. Alright. Sorry about that, everyone. Pretty sure that must have just blown all your ears out with the moving of the microphone like that. Alright, so we've pressed her all we could. What can we present to her? Let's see what we have again. Oh, the key. Yeah, we have the card key. If we have one, someone else could have gotten it. Okay, so skip. Only person I saw, no one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Present. Objection. Oh, fuck. I mean, fudge. Fudge. Oh, we got it wrong. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? No, not at all. Mr. Wright, please rethink the facts before making accusations. Oh, man. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Okay, I'm just gonna take this time to save the game right here, because I got a feeling we could lose. I don't want to start over again. Okay. No one else went into. The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True? Was it? Maybe that's the time of death, 2:30 p.m. Cause Pierce. Okay. Maya, damn it, we need your ghost. Come help me. The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. No one else went there. Okay, let's just... The only person I saw go was Will Powers. Let's check the studio map. In no way does that help. No, that doesn't help us. Oh man, do we just have to press her again? Let's just try pressing her again. Okay. Getting entirely. What are we missing? Alright, that's true. I can't object to that. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. What was it? Do we have anything? Excuse me. Check the photo. No, that's pretty much it. Or maybe we have to present the key here at this statement? No, no. No. Bad Phoenix. Bad Phoenix. The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. Russia. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite sunny now. Asking at all. Nobody suspicious looking. No one else went there. Russia. What about before you got to the station? You mean before 1 o'clock? Oh, that's a big deal. Or, no, not really. Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Oh man, press her again. Maybe something will trigger? How do you know that? Okay. That's the Detective Gumshoe. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Let's see. I got nothing. Anybody in the chat got anything? Nah. I got nothing. Where on earth could it be? Man, I don't know. Stuck again. Last time I was this stuck, I found out you just had to keep pressing until something triggered. I feel like that's not the case here. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. What would she have seen? Okay, let's present this. I don't know what else I got. Nope, that didn't work either. Presser. Oh, it's the last one? Yeah. Just... Now do we enter it? In the middle of this conversation? Oh, but we can't. It won't let me enter in the middle. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, we got 2 shots left. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. What about the victim? Do I present the autopsy report saying that he was stabbed at 2:30? I don't know. No one else went there. The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. The time before Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will. No one's mentioned seeing Mr. Hammer go to the studio. So if that's the case, I feel like that's where we gotta like try and trip her up. Or not trip her up. I don't think she's lying. So I don't think she's like involved. If they had, I would have seen them. I don't know. Let's try presenting the autopsy report. Fingers crossed? Ah. Let's just I'm just gonna reload. I'm gonna get all those turns back. Oh, look at that. Nice. If they had, I would have seen them. No one else went there. The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True? Oh yeah, donuts. Yeah. Then I gave donuts to the young detective. Okay. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Yeah, how come no one saw the victim? Am I supposed to present this photo? Hold on. It was the photo. Oh man, I'm so stupid. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it, it makes me laugh. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Aw, thanks. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh? You know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that at the back of the photo are printed the words October 15, 2 p.m., photo 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October 15. Really, Sonny. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says, photo number 2. Photo number 2. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Oh, Robber. Order. Please tell the court that what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Really? I think it was pretty self-explanatory. Where's the first photo? Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Yeah, say that. Only someone with access. Security lady herself. Yeah, where's the photo? Oh, you watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to me. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help. Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whoa, what's going on? Whippersnapper. Something the matter, Mr. Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai. Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. The other person. All right. Every day, after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Out of 2. Miss Oldbag. This is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it. Out of 2 photos, you got rid of 1, and you just remembered. Fantastic. Right, anyway. Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Mayo, I don't know how to feel about that animation. It looks so downtrodden. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Oh yeah, okay. I'm an idiot. Oh. Might be a useful tactic to remember for use in my future career as a windbag. Let's find out more about this erased photo. Yeah, let's go. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. Check them? How many photos are there usually? On a day when we're open to the public, we get more than 500 people. But on filming days or rehearsal days, well, we don't have much money. We never get more than 50, and that's a big day. Do you back up all the security camera data? Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Hold it. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part. That was a good question, Phoenix. That was a good question. Proud of you. For the most part. This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag. You point that finger. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. Come to think of it now. I remember throwing out one photo that day. Alright, tell us more. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? fanboy. A fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsal from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Yeah, those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate had been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain. I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids? Well, it makes sense if they're entering through such a small thing. So on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? Why is that freaky? Order, order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. There was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 3. Hey, it's our boy, Mr. Powers. Yes? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? Nani? You should have taken better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? Doesn't look good. Oh, you're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose out on that spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecutor's thoughts on the matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years old, of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order? Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind, however. Be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who is this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Ooh, I'm gonna say the assistant girl. Feel bad about it, but fuck it. It was the assistant. The steel samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the steel samurai. So you're saying the steel samurai in the picture is really the assistant? That's correct, Your Honor. Oh, if you're serious. Oh, if you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the steel samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. Oh, uh-oh, bad feeling time. Remember the testimony concerning Powers' injury? Powers and poor Hammer were at the run-through. Oh, and me? What about the assistant? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She couldn't look the steel... She could look the steel samurai look with that costume. But she couldn't walk the steel samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped. Ugh. That kind of takes the legs out from under that case. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I warned. Darn it. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. May we move on, Mr. Wright? This fight isn't over yet. If you would, Your Honor, one more chance, please. Very well, go ahead. So who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Security lady. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Really? Who? The steel samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe, oh, I should have picked her, yeah. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Mr. Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper? Order, order! Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Mrs. Oldbag to you. Mrs. Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has an alibi. She has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the steel samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the steel samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in this costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh, yeah, right there. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. Question mark? What? That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something. What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Press further or give Granny a break. Press further, I want to know what's going on. Even if it fails, then you get some new info out of Edgeworth. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Mrs. Oldbag's action on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Oldbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy. The one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler though. As you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. Oh, that boy's... What? How can you be so sure? Or is it to be nice to the kids and mean to your elders, Dave Whippersnapper? I have proof. Proof? Indeed. Let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? This spear's heavy?
Take that!
Your Honor, the murder weapon was a samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. Oh, thank God. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? The windbag's speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings for the current trial for today. Yes. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Mrs. Windy. What was her name? Something old bag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Excuse me. All right. Wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. Oh, man. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk. I love this sprite, or whatever, of Maya. Here's Old Bag. What is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Oh, not to talk about? By whom? You mean it wasn't Edward who told her not to talk? Well, testify. My lips were sealed. Oh. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. This is Old Bag. This is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Old Bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Alright, it's cross-examined. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. What? So you were told not to talk? That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less. Oh damn, Edgeworth is pissed. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. Press. Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Yeah, that's right. Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So, where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but yeah, continue. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? Keep pressing. Mrs. Oldbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about it having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. What? So you got your bonus and you still talked? I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Continue cross-examination. I guess there's no harm in getting as much info as I can. Exactly. Continue. Global Studios wanted me to keep... Oh, is that it? There were some other people there at the studio that day. They said they had nothing to do with love. Nick, I guess pressing her was the right thing to do. For an old wingbag, she sure likes keeping secrets. Let's get as much information as we can. I already did. Oh man, we have to keep going. Oh man. Alright, Professor. So you were told not to talk. Yeah. We're just gonna skip fast forward all this. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. Who were these people? The director, blah, blah. Of course. Yeah, we should have. Keep going. Fast forward. Yep, there's a Studio 2. Did no one look at the map? Yeah, to continue. Why would you want to take a break? No, go back. Oh, go forward. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? Mrs. Oldbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that's silly. They were still pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. Oh yeah, that's right, she still got a bonus. Continue. Oh wait, we already did this part. So what's the last? Then? Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they? Blah, blah. Of course. Wait, did we already do this? Why do I feel like I'm just going around in circles? Studio 2. Yeah, there's a Studio 2. Oh my god. Am I so stupid that I'm not paying attention to what I'm pressing? Like which statement I'm pressing? Anyway, let's take a break. Sure, let's do that. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Mrs. Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. Sorry, Edgeworth, you got more work to do, my man. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Alright, he lives for a day. Our boy, October 18th, 1:04 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really? It's nothing. Grim. Oh, I should, or should I? Oh. We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. Oh, we'll be going down to the studio to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. I know. Well, she sure wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Alright, okay. Let's get down to the studio. Right. We'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks, guys. Bothers me every time I read sniff, I actually do the action instead of read it out. To be continued. Saving. Yeah, save. Alright. Guess we'll end it there. October. Yeah, no, we'll end it there. Okay, everybody. That was episode 3, day 2, trial, day something. I don't know. That was our first day in court, defending Mr. Will Powers, the Steel Samurai of Neo, Old Tokyo. Hope you enjoyed this. Try and get the rest of the episode finished up as soon as possible. Everyone have a good night. Everyone's good. It's instead of it's midnight right now. Usually I'm starting at this time, not wrapping up. But yeah, can't complain. All right, have a good one, everybody. Leave a comment, please. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe. Hit that bell icon. I don't know if you want to. Do it. You know what? If you like the videos, get the bell notification. Get the little notification on your phone that says when I go live. Do it. Like the video, please. It means a lot to me. Give me your comments and your feedback. Love that too. Share the video as much as you want. That'll help grow the channel. And yeah, anyways, thanks again, everybody. Have a good one.